Welcome to Charter Technologies Tutorials. In this video, we will be covering Gmail and several of its various features. To get started, we first need to sign into our Google accounts. To sign into our Google accounts, we first need to open a web browser. You have your choice of Google Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, or Microsoft Edge. We're going to go with Google Chrome. Then we're going to navigate to google.com. And then in the upper right here, you should see a sign in button if you've never signed in to Google Chrome before, or a letter, like a circle with like a letter or your picture if you have a previous Google account. We click sign in. We're going to type in our new Google email address. In this case, it's Charter Technologies Drive. Then we hit next. Then we type in our password. Next. You have the option of saving or hitting never. And now you can see that we have a little picture here in the upper right corner showing that we are signed in. Then we simply just can click Gmail. And then there we are. We are now in Gmail. We can see and check our different emails here. And that is how we sign into our Google account. Say you have a Google account already and you want to add your new Google account. We can simply just click on the little picture icon up here and we can hit add account. First I'm going to hit sign out here so you can see what it looks like. We're going to go back to google.com. So when we hit sign in, instead of it automatically asking for our email address, it already shows that we have one. And to add another account, we would hit use another account. Then you would type in your email address and password like before. Another way of navigating to Gmail, other than hitting the Gmail button here, is this little 3x3 grid right here is the Google Apps console. You can click that, and it brings up all the various G Suite apps. Right here we can see Gmail is right here. You can click on that, and that'll take you directly to your Gmail. You can also go to gmail.com, and that will also take you directly to your email. To send an email, we're going to go ahead and click on the compose box up in the top left corner here. It brings up this little message box right here. We're going to type in our person we're sending the email to. I'm just going to send it to myself right now. Then we type in a subject, test, and then a message. This is a test message. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit send. As you can see, it sent the message and we received it. To check our emails, we simply click on the message, and that's it. From here, when checking an email message, you have quick buttons here for replying or forwarding. You can also press here to reply. These three little dots open a little menu where you have more options. Again, reply, forward. You can print the email. You can delete the message. You can report it as spam, etc. You can also click here to print the email. This little square will pop it out in a new window if you wanted to have the email set aside while checking other messages. All right, let's say we want to send an email to someone. We know who we want to send it to, but we don't exactly know what their email address is, and they're part of our organization. We can go ahead and hit compose, and to access our email address directory, you would click to. which then gives you several contacts options. So if you have personal contacts or contacts that you have saved, they would show up here under the My Contacts. You simply click this little drop down, and there'll be an option that says Directory. You'll select Directory, and that will give you the list of everyone in your organization. You would simply select their name, and then they would be added to the To option right here. And then you would send your email as normal. All right, so we're going to reply to this message. And in this reply, we're going to add an attachment. To add an attachment, we simply click the little paperclip here. We browse to where our file is located. Select it, hit open. And then we can see that our file has been attached right here, how big it is. Then we simply just hit send. So if we go back to our inbox right here, we see that we received another email with the attachment like so. We can click on the message, see the attachment right here. When you hover over the attachment, you have three options. You can edit with Google Docs, so it'll open the attachment directly into Google Docs. You can add it to your Google Drive, and we'll more on Google Drive in another video. We can hit download. When we click download, we can see that it automatically downloaded down here. This is in Google Chrome. If we were in Firefox, the download would show up over here. And with Microsoft Edge, you would get like a little download prompt here. And it'll download to whatever your downloads folder is. You can click the little arrow here to open it, open its location, or simply click on it to open. All right, so if we go back to our inbox, we can hit this little arrow here to go back, or we can just hit inbox. And we see that we have an email with our attachment here. If we simply click on the attachment without opening the email, it'll pop up like so. And then from here, we have several options. In the upper right, you can save it to your Google Drive again. You can print the document, or you can download it to your computer. And you have a little more options here. This is not super useful. You can also directly open it in Google Docs here, or other various Google apps. With Gmail, you can create one or multiple signatures to add to your emails for more personal touches or your standard messaging. To do so, there are two ways to get to the signature editing option. One, when you go to Compose, in the bottom right corner here, there's this little pen icon. You click on that, and then click Manage Signatures, which will take you directly to the signature settings right here. Or, if you go back to Inbox and close this, you can go to Settings in the upper right, see All Settings, then scroll all the way down to where the signature setting is. Click on Create New. We're going to give it a name. Then click Create. Then we get a text box here where we can type our message. We can edit it, change the font, size, make it italics if we want. You have all your standard kind of text editing options here. Then we have an option for signature defaults right here. What this does is, by default, when you create a new email, you can add your signature to it, or you can have no signature, and then you can manually add your signature later. And then you can also make it for only when you're replying or forwarding use to have your signature. Or you can have different signatures depending on the situation. Before we proceed, we have to make sure that we hit Save Changes. Otherwise, our created signature won't be saved. So now, when we hit Compose to create a new email, we come down to the bottom. We don't see a signature. We see nothing here. So we come down to the little pen icon, click Insert Signature. We now see that my signature is here. We click on that, and it adds the signature. Now, if we go back to the settings, to where that signature default setting was, and we change it from no signature to my signature, click Save. Now, when we create our email, it's put there by default. And if you don't want it there, you can come back, click on that icon, and select no signature. Now let's say I'm going to be out of the office and I want to set up an automatic reply telling people that I am out of the office or on vacation. To do that, we go back to Settings, All Settings. We scroll all the way down to the bottom to where we see this Vacation Responder setting right here. We just turn it on. We select what day that we want to go on vacation or that will be out of the office, and for the vacation responder to start, we'll just select right now. Have a subject, out of the office. I am out of the office and will be back next Monday. So we just give it the message when we'll be back, or whatever your standard out of office message is. You can select a date for the message to automatically stop sending, or you can manually turn it off when you get back. You also have the option that it will only send the response to people in your contacts instead of everybody. If you get something in your spam folder, or you are sent an email from an email group, your automatic vacation response will not be sent, only if people message you directly. Then we hit Save Changes, and once we do, you'll notice there's this yellow banner at the top letting us know that our out of office setting is up and running. And if we wanted to edit it, say we needed to make some adjustments or changes, or we got to extend it, we can hit Go Vacation Settings, and it'll take us right back here where we can make those changes. You also have the option to instantly end the vacation message from being sent by hitting End Now. And if you want more information, you can hit Learn More here, which will tell you some more specific things, such as your vacation reply starting time. Whoops. Starts at, 12 a.m. on the start date, and they'll end at 11:59 on the end date. So we chose July 7th, 2020, and so that message would be going from 12 a.m. July 7th, so it would be already going because it is 10:55, and then it'll end whenever the end date, if we set one, at 11:59 p.m. So you might be wondering or asking yourself, how can I organize my emails better? Similar to using folders in Outlook, we can do what Gmail calls using labels. To create a label or assign our emails to a label that we've already created, we simply select the email or set of emails that we want added to our labels. We come up and we click the labels icon right here. And this gives us a list of all of our labels that we have created or have by default. But if we want to create a new label, we simply click Create New, give it a name, then click Create. Then on the left-hand side here, we see our new label right here. Then to add it, well, it's already been added here. And then simply when we click on our label, we'll see that our message has been filtered, and we will see only the messages that we want to see in our label. To remove these messages from our labels, if you accidentally add an email or an address to a label that you don't want or no longer need, you simply select it, click Labels again, uncheck the labels that it's attached to, and hit Apply. And that'll remove those from your labels. If you want to delete a label, you hover over it, you click the 3 dots, and you click Remove Label. And this is how you can set up a series of labels, which are basically folders to help organize your email inbox. And that will conclude our video on the basics of using Gmail. I hope you found this video helpful in getting you started with your new Gmail account. This has been a Charter Technologies tutorial. Thanks for watching.